Dear students, welcome to online class organized by Afroz Khan Model School. On previous days, I gave you some information about transformation from complex to simple and compound. Today, I am going to start to give you another information about transformation. On previous day, I gave you the rule of since as, and today I am going to give you the instruction about other complex sentences which has been started with, which has been combined with another conjunctions. Look at the board, please. When they found me, they called me. Here, dear students, you can clearly notice that I have joined these two clauses. They found me and they called me. These two clauses have been joined with the conjunction when. And all of you know that when indicates time. When indicates time. When this action and this action, these two actions were held at the same time. Look at the another sentence. When I was 24, when I was 24, I got married. When I was 24, I got married. You can see another sentence. When it is Friday, when it is a Friday, our school remains closed. Remains closed. Dear students, you can clearly identify that these three sentences are combined with the conjunction when, and when indicates time. Here, you can also identify that the subject of both clauses are same. Here I have used they, and here they also. The subject of the two clauses are same. Dear students, you should first identify what type of time is indicated in the subordinate clause. The time may be a day or a date, or it indicates a period of time just like month, year, etc. Or it may also indicate age or time of work. Just like when they found me, then when indicates the action. When they found me, it was the time of action, found. When I was 24, here the subordinate clause indicates my age. When it is a Friday, here subordinate clause indicates the name of a day. Okay? When I reached there, I was received by them. In these four sentences, you can notice that I have used the same subject, but here it is Friday. Whenever you want to mention a time and you don't find any subject, you can use an impersonal subject, and this impersonal subject is it. You have got the information in the previous classes, just like 6, 7 or 8, the introductory it or there, then I need not to discuss about this. Whenever you cannot find any subject and it mentions the time, then you can use it as impersonal subject. Okay. Now dears, I have used the same subject here. Same subject. And the fourth sentence indicates the time of my reaching there. Okay. But they did not receive me at the time of my reaching there. I have reached there and then they received me. Look, if you are asked to change this sentence, to transform this sentence into simple or compound, first you should identify the structure of the complex sentence. What is the structure? When plus subject plus finite verb plus object, and it may mention time. Then subject, finite verb and object. Okay? When plus subject, finite verb and object. Just I am indicating something. No, I cannot write the structure here because you are not able to look the structure. I will write it after giving you the information. Then if you are asked to transform it into simple, then first you should erase the conjunction, because you know I cannot use any kind of conjunction in simple sentence. I can use linkers. I will erase when, as both the subjects are same. Both the subject is same. I can erase the subject of subordinate clause. Then found. When indicates the time of finding me. When they found me, they called me. They found me. First they found me. Then they called me. So I will write after. I will erase the subject and the base form of found is find. After finding me, they called me. After finding me, they called me. You cannot write at the time of finding me, they called me. No. First they found me, then they called me. So I have used after as a linker here. The second sentence, when I was 24. Here, when indicates my age. You should identify what type of time when is indicating. Then I will erase when, I will erase the first subject, the subject of the subordinate clause. Then I will erase the verb. What can I use instead of when? It indicates the age, so I can use at the age of. At the age of. It is a prepositional phrase. At the age of. Now I will write the age. At the age of 24. At the age of 24. I got married. I got married. I got married. What have I used here? I have used at the age of, because when indicates the age. When it is Friday, our school remains closed. Here, when indicates Friday. All of you know that I can use only on. When it after on, I can use the name of a day or date. Before the name of a day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, etc., before the name of a day or before a date, 1 January, 15th instant, etc., I should use on as a preposition. Okay? Then I will erase when, it, and the verb. As when indicates the name of a day, then I should use on. On Friday. On Friday. Then our school remains closed. Our school remains closed. Look at the fourth sentence, please. When I reached there, I was received by them. Subjects are same. After my reaching there, they did not receive me at the time of my reaching there. I reached there and then they received me. So I will use at the place of when, I will use after. I will erase the subject because the subject are same after, as there is no time. When does not mention any fixed time, and it is the time of my reaching. So I will use the ing form of the finite verb. After reaching there, I was received by them. Okay? Then, what have I done here? I am erasing the fourth sentence, and now I am writing the structure. All the complex sentences were combined with the conjunction when. When plus subject plus finite verb and object. And it is the subordinate clause. And it mentions time. Then subject plus finite verb plus object. Okay? Dears, I have erased when I transform this complex sentence into simple. I have erased when. I have also erased the subject because subjects are same. Subject 1, same subject. Then, mentioning the time. First, I will try what type of time is mentioned here. Is it a point of time? That means short time, point of time? Or is it a period of time? Or is it the name of a year or month, etc., or age? Now, if you find any point of time, 5 p.m., 2 o'clock, okay, it's the point of time, the time of a clock, then you will use at. Whenever you find the name of a day or date, then you will write on. Whenever you will find the name of a period of time, month or season or others, then you will use in or during. During. You will erase this and write this. If it indicates that age, then you will write at the age of. Or if it is the time of doing something, that means when I was playing. When indicates of my doing something, the action was going on then. So then you will use at the time of. At the time of. You should use these linkers instead of when. You will erase the subject, and if there is a finite verb and another time mentioning word is here, you will erase the verb also. Then you should write the time. You should write the time. Or the ing form of verb. If when indicates the time of an action. then subject, finite verb, and object. I have write it. That means at the age of, then I have written the time and the principal clause. Okay? Now, dear students, I can say that, and I always give you the instruction that how can you transform it by your own, without the help of a teacher, without the help of someone. First, you should try to understand the meaning. Then you should try to understand what type of conjunction is used here to make a complex sentence. Then you should remember, you should recall, how can I change this complex sentence into simple when I have found this type of conjunction here. Now dears, I am going to give you the information how you can transform these sentences into compound sentence. All of you know that this is an affirmative sentence and it is also an affirmative sentence. It has the tense of past indefinite tense and it is also past indefinite tense. Okay? Now, same type of word, same type of phrase or same type of clause are added with the use of and or and so or and therefore. If it expresses the affirmative meaning and if expresses the negative meaning, I cannot combine it with the use of and. As both the clauses are in the same tense and both the clauses are in affirmative form, then I will combine them with the use of and or and so or and therefore whenever I was asked to transform it into compound. Then in previous day I have told you in a compound sentence I should use two principal clauses, but here in a complex sentence it is the subordinate clause that it is principal clause, and I will use the subordinate clause first to give it a strength to act like a principal clause. I will erase when and I will write the subordinate clause. They found me, and I am going to give you the instruction that all time whenever you are asked to make a compound sentence, the first action, the action which was held first, you should write it first, and then the second action which was done after the first action. Okay, then this action of finding me was occurred first, then they called me, so I will write this clause first. They found me, and as both the subjects are same, I will not use the subject here. And called me. They found me and called me. Okay? So what have I done? I have used the and as a conjunction to make it a compound sentence. যখন তুমি when যুক্ত কোনো কমপ্লেক্স সেন্টেন্স দেখতে পাবে, এটাকে কম্পাউন্ড করতে বলবে, অবশ্যই তোমাকে এন্ড কনজাংশন দিয়ে করতে হবে এবং যে কাজটা প্রথমে সম্পন্ন হয় সেই কাজটাকে প্রথম বসাতে হবে এবং পরে হচ্ছে দ্বিতীয় কাজটাকে বসাতে হবে। ওকে, নাও what about the second sentence? I was 24. First this action was held and then the second action. I will erase when I was 24. I was 24 and I will not use the subject again because both the subjects are same, and got married. Okay, Then what have I done to transform it into compound sentence? Dear students, compound. I have used the subordinate clause first. That means subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. Then I have used and as conjunction and principal clause. I will not use the subject. When both the subjects are same. Okay? Dear students, you can notice that sometimes I am feeling very much bored because I am not in sound health today. Dear students, now I am going to give you another information about the rules of transformation from complex to compound and simple. Look, although they played oil, they were defeated. Although they played oil, they were defeated. Even if he was invited, he did not attend the party. Dear students, look at the board please. Here I have made two complex sentences. How? I have used although and even if as conjunction. Although or though, all of you know that whenever I have given you the instruction of completing sentence, I told you although, though or even if combines two clauses that have different meaning, opposite meaning. They played oil, it is the affirmative clause, it expresses the affirmative meaning. If they played oil, they need to win, but they were defeated. This clause is fully opposite to the first clause. It is the subordinate clause and it is principal clause. Although, though or even if always combines two clauses of opposite meaning. বিপরীত ধর্মী দুটি ক্লজকে যোগ করে হচ্ছে though, although অথবা even if. Okay, and you can clearly identify that I have used the same subject in both the sentences. So, what is the structure of this complex sentence? Although, or though, or even if. I can use any one of the conjunctions. Then subject, finite verb and object. Another subject, finite verb and object here. And it is the structure of these two sentences. And it is complex sentence. Subject 1 and subject 1, both the subject are same. Okay, fine. Now, if you are asked to transform it into simple sentence, what can you do? Simple. Look at the board. At the time of transforming it into simple sentence, I will erase the conjunction. As both the subjects are same, then I will also erase the subject. Then what can I use in lieu of though, although or even if? In place of though, although or even if, I can use two linker. And what are these linkers? in spite of. All of you know, though, although, even if. Though, although শব্দের অর্থ হচ্ছে যদিও, though, although, যদিও, even if, এমনকি যদিও. And what have I used at the place of though, although, even if, whenever I was asked to transform this sentence into simple? I have used in spite of, or you can also use despite. Now, what is the meaning of these two linkers? সত্ত্বেও, সত্ত্বেও, যদিও, সত্ত্বেও। In spite of এবং despite শব্দের অর্থ হচ্ছে সত্ত্বেও। I will use in spite of or despite. Then I will erase the subject. After in spite of, I will use the ing form of the finite verb of subordinate clause. Subordinate clause এর মূল যে ভার্বটা আছে, finite ভার্বটা আছে, সেই ভার্বের ing form ইউজ করব। So I will erase the past form, I will write the present form, the base form of the finite verb, and then ing. In spite of playing oil, in spite of playing oil, then I will write the second clause or principal clause. They were defeated. Okay? In spite of playing oil, they were defeated. What have I done? I have erased the conjunctions, and here I used in spite of or despite. Then the ing form of the principal verbs, and then object, subject, finite verb, and object. It is the principal clause. You can also write they were defeated in spite of playing oil. In spite of or despite may be used at the middle of the sentence. Though, although, or even if, these three conjunctions can be used at the middle of the sentence, then the subordinate clause will be the last part of the sentence. Okay? Now, dear students, how can I transform these complex sentence into simple? Even if I can write despite. Despite, I will erase the subject, and here was is the verb, and invited is also, it is the auxiliary verb and it is the principal verb. And the clause is in passive mode. I can write the ing form was. How? Was is a be verb, and I can write the ing form of be. Despite being invited, despite being invited, then he did not attend the party. At the place of even if, I have used despite, and then the ing form of was, that means be, being, object, that means the verb tree form of principal verb, and then the principal clause. It is the role of transforming the complex sentence into simple sentence, which is combined with the conjunction though, although, or even if. এটা হচ্ছে though, although, even if দিয়ে যুক্ত যে কোনো কমপ্লেক্স সেন্টেন্সকে সিম্পল করার নিয়ম। though, although যুক্ত কমপ্লেক্স সেন্টেন্সটাকে সিম্পল করার সময় আমাকে in spite of অথবা despiteটাকে ব্যবহার করতে হবে লিঙ্কার হিসাবে, then the ing form of the principal verb and others. I cannot make any kind of change in the principal clause. Okay? Now, if you are asked to transform it into compound sentence, how can I do it? Dear students, all of you know that though, although, or even if combine two clauses which express opposite meaning. Now, at the time of making it a compound sentence, I should use such type of conjunction that can combine two opposite clauses. And in compound sentence, but or yet, these two conjunctions are used to combine two clauses of opposite meaning. Okay? বিপরীতধর্মী দুটো ক্লজকে যোগ করে কম্পাউন্ড সেন্টেন্সে বাট অথবা ইয়েট। এখানে বাট দিয়ে যখন তুমি যোগ করবে তখন সাবজেক্ট যদি উভয় অংশে একই সাবজেক্ট হয়, দ্বিতীয় ক্লজে বাটের পরে আর সাবজেক্ট ইউজ করার প্রয়োজন নেই। কিন্তু ইয়েট দিয়ে যোগ করলে সাবজেক্ট এক হলেও বসাতে হবে, ভিন্ন হলেও বসাতে হবে। ইউ শুড ইউজ subject whenever the sentence is combined with the use of yet. If the subjects are same, then you should use. If the subjects are different, then it is the duty of you to use both the subjects. Now dears, and I have given you the instruction that whenever you are asked to make a compound sentence, you should write the action which was held first. The action which was held first. Then what will you do? This action was held first. They played well. Okay, now I am writing the first action, that means the subordinate clause. They played oil. They played oil. I have not used though because I cannot make a compound sentence with the use of though, although, or even if. Okay, I have erased though, although. Now I will erase the punctuation mark and now I will use but. They played oil but, and the subjects are same, so I will not use subject but were defeated. Okay. Now dears, you can clearly identify that I have used the subordinate clause first and then the principal clause, and I have joined both the clauses with the use of but. And there is another notification for you. I have not used the subject here because the subjects are same. Okay? But if you join it, if you combine both the clauses with the use of yet, they played oil, yet you should use the subject. Okay? They played oil, yet they were defeated. You should write. Okay? Now, you can clearly understand that whenever the complex sentence, যখন complex sentenceটা তোমার though, although বা even if দিয়ে যুক্ত হবে, whenever the complex sentence is combined with the use of though, although, even if, then you should use but or yet at the time of transforming it into compound sentence. And but or yet are used at the middle of the sentence. Subordinate clause will be used first. That means the action which was held first, যে কাজটা প্রথম সম্পন্ন হয়, I will use the clause at first. Then I will write the connector, then the principal clause. If the subjects are same, I will not use the subject if you combine it with the use of but. But if you use yet as conjunction, then you should write the subject again. Okay? Now dears, look at the board. I have used the subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. Full subordinate clause. I cannot change the subordinate clause. If you want to serve, the subjects are same, I will not use the subject first. No, you should use the subject first. Okay? Subordinate clause, then I will use but, then the principal clause. When can you not use the subject? when the subjects are same. But if the subjects are not same, then you should use. Okay? But if you use yet, then the principal clause full. Okay? Then what can be done for the second sentence? He was invited. He was invited. I have written the subordinate clause. Then I will use but. He was invited but did not attend the party. We did not attend the party. Okay? Dears, Dears, look at the board please again. Here I am going to write 2 or 3 complex sentences with the use of though or though, but there is a difference between the sentences that I have given you before and that I am going to give you now. Although we invited him, he did not come. Although we invited him, he did not come. Even if they called me, I did not go. Did not go. Here, all are same. All are similar with the previous sentences that I have given you. But now, I have given you the sentences that contains 2 different subjects. The subjects are not same. Then what can you do whenever you are asked to transform it into simple? First, try to understand the structure of this sentence. So what is the structure? I have used though, or, although, though, or even if. As conjunction, just like the sentences that I have given you before. Though, although, even if. But here I have used subject 1 for the subordinate clause, subject 2 for the principal clause. Subjects are not same. Subject 1, finite verb and object. Subject 2, finite verb and object. Subjects are not same. Whenever you are asked to transform it into simple, যখন তোমাকে বলা হবে এই though, although বা even if যুক্ত বাক্যটাকে সিম্পলে পরিবর্তন করো, তখন তোমাকে দেখতে হবে যে সাবজেক্ট দুটো হচ্ছে আমার ভিন্ন, আর বাকি সব সেই আগের বাক্যগুলোর মতো। I am not able to erase any subject from here. I cannot use subject in simple sentence. So, my 2 speeches are different. I have told you, I cannot erase any subject from here. But at the same time, I have told you, I am not able to use 2 subjects in a simple sentence. Then what can I do? Then, dear students, look at the board. It is the subordinate clause. All of you know, and it is the principal clause. I cannot change the principal clause. I have no ability to touch the simple sentence, the principal clause. But I have the ability, I have the strength to change the subordinate clause because it is weak. It is strong. Principal clause is strong. Subordinate clause is dependent on it. So I have the ability to change it. Now what can I do? What have I done in the previous sentence? What I have used in lieu of though or even if, I will use this also. Now, in spite of, I have used at the place of although. And now I will use the possessive form of the subject that was used in the subordinate clause. We. What is the possessive form of we? Our. In spite of our, I will use the ing form. Why? After the possessive form, I cannot use anything except noun. I can use a noun after the possessive adjective, possessive form. But if you don't know the noun form of the verb, then you will use the ing form of the verb, because then it will act like a gerund. And gerund, what is the function of gerund? Gerund can act like a verb and noun also. Now, our inviting, in spite of our inviting him, you can write in spite of our invitation. In spite of our invitation also. Yes, I don't know the noun form of invite, then I will write the ing form. Okay? I cannot change the second clause or principal clause. He did not come. In spite of our inviting him, he did not come. Here, look, whenever the subjects were same, then I need not to use the possessive form of the subject, because I have used this subject in the principal clause. Now, yes, the subjects are different. এখন যেহেতু সাবজেক্টটা ভিন্ন, আমাকে প্রথম সাবজেক্টের পসেসিভ ফর্মটাকে ইউজ করতে হবে এখানে। ইন স্পাইট অফ এর পরে আমার সাবঅর্ডিনেট যে সাবজেক্টটা আছে সেই সাবজেক্টের পসেসিভ ফর্মটাকে ইউজ করতে হবে। এবং পসেসিভ ফর্মের পরে তুমি জানো অল টাইম নাউন বসে। যদি আমি যে আমার পরবর্তী শব্দের বা ভার্বের নাউনটা না জানি, যদি সেটা ভার্ব হয় তার সাথে আইএনজি যোগ করলে সে নাউনের মতো কাজ করবে। ইট উইল অ্যাক্ট লাইক এ নাউন। But if I know the noun form of the subject, যদি আমি noun formটা জানি, then I can use it. Okay? In spite of our inviting him, he did not come. Then what have I done? আমি কি করেছি? I have used in spite of or despite. And then the possessive form. And then the ing form of the verb or noun, comma, the principal clause without any change. You should use the principal clause without any change. Now, dears, look at the second sentence. Even if they called me, I did not go. You can use despite here. Then the possessive form of they is there. And I don't know the noun form of call. Okay? So I will use calling me. Despite they are calling me. But you know, call sometimes used as noun. Call. Call mainly verb. Water. Water mainly noun. But sometimes water can be used as verb. I water my plants regularly. Okay? Despite they are calling me, I did not go. I did not go. Now, dears, you can clearly notice that what have I done here? তোমরা বুঝতে পারছো যে আমি কি কি করেছি এই দো অলদো যুক্ত কমপ্লেক্স সেন্টেন্সটাকে সিম্পল বানাতে। Okay? And please write the structure on your exercise khata. Now, dears, if you are asked to transform these complex sentences into compound, what can I do? It is very easy for you because I just erase the connector. I just erase the conjunction. I have no ability to change it. I have no ability to change it. And this action was held first, so I will write the subordinate clause first. We invited him. We invited him. But or yet. But or yet. You can use any one of them because both the subjects are different. We invited him, but he did not come. Okay? I have used the subordinate clause without any change, and also I have used the principal clause without any change. As a subject, I have used but or yet. Dear students, you will do the second sentence even if you will write the subordinate clause. They called me, but I did not go. And the structure is, what is the structure? I have written the subordinate clause first, then but or yet, and then the principal clause. Okay? I have already finished my time. Dear students, sorry to say, I was not feeling sound today, and for that reason, I sometimes I stumbled to say, to speak. For that reason, I will take the class, I will try to take the class much more fruitfully in the coming days. Till then, I think all of you will be sound at home. Okay, thank you.